War versus infrastructure. How U.S. and China spend their trillions differently. Welcome back to the channel, where we break down global politics, economics, and strategy. Today we're diving into one of the most important questions of our time. Why is the U.S. investing in war, while China is investing in infrastructure? Let us explore the 5 key differences between the world's 2 largest economies and what it means for the future. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a breakdown. Section 1. Military spending. Let's start with defense spending. According to Statista, in 2024, the United States spent nearly $1 trillion on its military. That's about 3.4% of its GDP, and it's more than the next 10 countries combined. Meanwhile, China spent around $235 billion. That's roughly a quarter of what the U.S. spent, and only 1.7% of its GDP. So while the U.S. puts nearly $1 in every $30 of its economy toward defense, China is spending about $1 in every 60. This isn't just a difference in numbers, it's a difference in priorities. Section 2. Economic strategy. So where is China putting the money it's not spending on weapons? Infrastructure, technology, global trade routes. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, China is building ports, roads, railways, and fiber optic cables in over 100 countries. Compare that to the U.S., where many bridges, trains, and public services are aging, and massive domestic infrastructure bills often get stuck in Congress. In short, China is building, the U.S. is defending. Section 3. GDP and growth. Now let's talk about economic output. In 2024, the U.S. economy was worth around $29 trillion. China's economy was $18.8 trillion, making it the second largest in the world. But here's the twist. China grew by 5%, hitting its official target. The U.S. grew at around 2.8%. China is growing faster even though the U.S. economy is still bigger overall. But when you look at per capita GDP, the U.S. is way ahead. U.S. $86,000 per person. China, $13,400 per person. So China's average citizen is still catching up. But the country as a whole is closing the gap quickly. Section 4. Strategic outlook. Let's put this in strategic terms. The U.S. focuses on military presence, global dominance, and defending allies across the world. China, meanwhile, focuses on economic influence by owning infrastructure, financing development, and controlling trade routes. This has real effects. U.S. bases project power, but they cost billions each year. China's infrastructure projects bring in long-term income and political leverage. So we're looking at 2 different empires, one built on military might, the other built on economic integration. Section 5. Whose strategy wins? So which strategy is more sustainable? The U.S. faces several domestic challenges: a rising consumer debt crisis, high interest rates, persistent inflation, political gridlock, shrinking middle class. Some economists describe it as death by 1,000 cuts. Not one big crisis, but a slow erosion of resilience. On the other hand, China faces youth unemployment, a housing market downturn, demographic aging, dependence on exports. But China's big advantage is long-term planning. While the U.S. government changes course every 2 to 4 years, China sets decade-long economic goals. So here's the big takeaway. The U.S. invests in protecting what it already has. China invests in building what it wants to become. Both strategies carry risks, but in the long run, the winner may be the one who builds more bridges, not bombs. If you found this video insightful, like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments. Which strategy do you think is more sustainable, military might or infrastructure power?